Everybody, Steph from the Hot Moon Podcast. I mean, not really much to break down from this game outside of the insane stat line that Tyrese Halliburton put up tonight. Clearly the best player on the court. And I mean, look, after the heroics of Karl-Anthony Towns in game 3 going off in that fourth quarter, I mean, it's really been the Pacers' entire way. Coming from double digits down in the fourth quarter to the Knicks in game 1. Okay, then after that, I mean, you can make a point that this series it should be over if the Pacers didn't collapse in that game 3, right? As much as I was rooting for the Knicks, basketball logic 24 the series started, that I have a feeling that this Pacers team is gonna go to the NBA Finals, and you know what? Probably they have a great shot actually winning the finals, right? Now, I know this series is not over. Plenty of basketball narratives can change, but I haven't really seen much from the New York Knicks to give me hope that even if they go back and win Game 5, can they come back on the road and win Game 6 to push a Game 7 while Karl-Anthony Towns late in this game banged his knee up and it looked pretty bad as he's out there hobbling. I don't know why Tom Thibodeau still had him out there to close the game out when the game was clearly getting out of reach. He couldn't really move. Very, very negligent part of Tom Thibodeau's part. But yeah, all that going into game 5 and then trying to push, a game 6, it's over. It's over. It just seems like the Pacers had an answer for Jalen Brunson. Okay. They had an answer for everything that the New York Knicks try to do. Mikal Bridges played well defensively in the series at times, but just wasn't really that major offensive threat in a lot of ways. Okay. I mean, look, I know Mikal Bridges had 17 points. Not putting this series on him, but I mean, he got his scoring late, a lot of scoring late, and you just hope that a guy like a Mikal Bridges who was the Knicks traded for 5 first-round picks to get him, or 5 draft picks, whatever it is, maybe something like, I think 5 first-round picks, yeah. I mean, you think that he would have have like a big Mikal Bridges game, and no, you know what I'm saying. I mean, if we're gonna consider, who are the 3 best players. I don't know if it's between the two. It's Karl-Anthony Towns, Jalen Brunson, and then is it Anunoby or is it Bridges, right, as a third guy, right? And then Josh Hart played well defensively. He's our ultimate glue guy. This Knicks team has been a fun story to see if they could do the impossible. You know what I'm saying? They haven't been to the NBA Finals in over 2 decades. Could they get it done? Could they do it? Right. And just no. Great. I mean, look, they overperform. They outperform. I think the expectations for this team is that, hey, can they well, getting to the NBA Finals would have been exceeding expectations, but for the New York Knicks, it's like, hey, with this roster, can you make it to a conference finals? And they did that. They did. So you know what? Kudos to the Knicks on a season well done. Now, I'm gonna start shifting my focus. I think the Minnesota Thunder series is over, and I'm gonna be very excited to talk about just kind of this unique potential matchup that we're gonna get in the NBA Finals between the Thunder and the Indiana Pacers. Right, completely different style of contrasting play. And will Tyrese Halliburton, put up a stat line consistently? Not saying 32 point, not a triple double, not even a 30-point triple double, but could he give you a consistent 20-25 points a game, which is going to be required against the Oklahoma City Thunder if they have a shot? And I know collectively they have a shot, but I mean really have a shot at actually winning, not just competing, but actually winning the damn series. I know, right? And out of all teams, right, who would have thought that the Indiana Pacers would be a formidable foe, possibly, and upset the Oklahoma City Thunder? That could be that's going to be a massive series, in my opinion. I know it's not going to be the sexy matchup, but I think just if you're truly an NBA fan, basketball fan, I think you're going to be really intrigued with the matchup, right? I'd be shocked if I wouldn't be shocked if the Pacers win. But I would be shocked. However, if the Pacers got swept, right? I think they match up pretty well. I think the only issue with the Indiana Pacers is that they don't have enough bigs, in my opinion, to go up against Thunder. I think if Miles Turner gets in foul trouble, that is going to be a key problem. I mean, what other big they got out there that they can bring in, right? That can stretch the floor and is an offensive threat. Not really much, right? Siakam's gonna have to have a big game, taking on defensive duties, guarding Chet. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Harkenstein at times. Who knows, right? But if the Pacers want to make it a track meet with OKC, and not let the bigs get involved too much and getting set, very possible for them to make that series very interesting. I know we're forecasting, it's just this series just isn't really, this if the Knicks won, it would be a tall task for the Knicks to win today. But if they won, then we can have this series as something to look forward to within this series even further. But I just didn't really see much to think that the Knicks can win this series, especially after giving them 2 games at home. I thought that series was done in my eyes, right? So, and then for the Thunder and Minnesota series, I mean, sure, can Minnesota make a comeback? I'm not banking on that, so I'm only looking forward to NBA Finals, though. But yeah, I mean, look, when Tyrese Haliburton plays like this, he definitely quells the underrated talks. Okay, for me, he's always been underrated. He's not he's been properly rated, but I don't over glorify him because, I mean, if he's putting up numbers like this, okay, I'm not saying this godly triple double stat line, but if he's giving you somewhere between 25 points a game, 9 and 8, something like that, right? Almost a triple double on a consistent basis. Then yeah, I mean, he can make the case that he's that player. But you know what? I think at this point, forget the stat line. He is the head. He is the top player on their team, and he is leading them to an NBA Finals, right? So forget all the stats line. In my opinion, I think that is he a superstar? That's the question, right? I mean, what is the criteria for a superstar at this point? Are you box office? Are you getting buckets and is your team winning, right, on a consistent basis and getting to conference finals? And he's doing that. He's doing that. Numbers are wildly inconsistent at times. That's my gripe with him. A lot of times he'll give you these dud of games of 10, 11 points. And when he does, I'm like, that's not a superstar, man. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, though, here he has his team on the chance to get to NBA Finals. So, you got to really start giving this young man some props. With a lot of players in his class, he belongs up there. Absolutely, man. Anyways, guys, y'all let me know what y'all think about all this, man. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.